man. Anytime you can go out and get that first one under your belt, it's great. First time we've been home, had a home opener, game one, since I've been here. That was great, so we were able to have a familiar routine without the distractions of going on the road. I think we had a really good fall camp, great week of preparation, saw some great things being developed over the last 2 to 3 weeks of us really growing and maturing. And you just don't know what you have until you play against somebody else week one. You just don't know. You hope for the best, you pray for the best, but then those things will be exposed to what you need to work on. I felt like our quarterback, really took command of the offense. And I could see it about 3 or 4 weeks ago that he was really in rhythm, and the work has paid off. First in the building, last to leave. Really embraced becoming a student of the game. And, a year ago, these numbers wouldn't be here. And that was due to, a coaching philosophy, not putting him in a position to succeed, but really him taking ownership of where he is right now. Led the offense, kept them calm, loved the language in the huddle when things weren't going well, made big plays. Just really overall pleased with where we are, but we have a long way to go. We have a war looming in Fargo, and it needs to be that for us to keep it close, to have a chance to win. Way too many penalties. 10 is not going to cut it, especially next week and moving forward. But this is just the beginning. Congratulations to our coaches, our coaching staff, working hard. Had some challenges earlier on this week that we had to overcome. And really just locked in and focused on what we had to do. And really congratulations on the great output for today. Any questions?
Athletes first. Draylen, can you talk about not letting miscues, like the interception, you come right back and you score. Not letting miscues derail offenses tonight, has been the case in the past, not just you, but the other quarterbacks.
Really, it's just Coach George. I would say great job to Coach George and Coach Parker. So just being on me, because I would throw interception in practice, and it's really just how you respond. So I just been taking that in like a sponge. So really, when I threw the interception, I knew I just had to respond, and still had to keep a good positive energy for my offense, and really just go back out there and respond, and that was it.
Yeah. Question for both, but I'll start with Draylen. On Media Day, you mentioned about the work you put in the offseason and how you were looking to get better. Though it's just game one, can you see some of the things that you worked on in the offseason coming to fruition? Because I noticed it appeared that your ball had a lot of zip on it, and very accurate. Can you speak to some of the work that you put in and what you're seeing?
Really, it's just, I feel like a big shout out to Coach Partridge again. It starts with a coach, and he's there. And I just feel like that I just took whatever he just coached and took like a sponge. I worked. I know it was my last year, so I just got to do or die. So that was really it. Just going to the off season, really just taking it, not just knowing what to do in the offense, knowing where to go with the ball. It was pretty cool just going through the whole spring when Coach Partridge got here to now. It was pretty cool.
And question for Eriq. And watching you last year, I saw obviously flashes of the player you could be. And looking at the impact that you had in game one, again, it's kind of the same similar question to Draylen in terms of the work that you've put in the off season. Do you see it? And then are you looking at yourself as someone who can step up and be called upon to deliver when your ball club needs it?
Oh, most definitely. I feel like the work that I put in, especially with my teammates, has been really transformative for me. I feel like I've grown as a player, as a student of the game, to be around older guys like Jalen Bell, Keandre Booker. They've been showing me the ropes ever since I got here, ever since I got around them. So I feel like being around guys who have that mentality of just making plays, being dogs, has really stepped up my game. It's been kind of like a iron sharpens iron type of situation. So we're in practice. We say how many sacks we get, how many TFLs we get. Rack it up at the end of the day. It just keeps all of us focused and ready to get better each and every day we step on the practice field, in the show tonight. I feel like.
Eriq, the defense set the tone tonight. Y'all didn't let their offense do much of anything. Did you see that in the scout? Was that something you thought you guys were going to be able to do?
Yeah, I did. I felt like towards the end of the game we got a little derailed, and I feel like we got to tighten it up a little bit. But for the first half, I feel like we got what we expected, and our scouts did a great job this week showing, giving us a good look, and yeah, just being able to play 4 quarters I feel like is our next step, and just being able to be locked in for 4 quarters. I feel like that'll make us a great defense.
Did you ever get those 35 reps?
I did not yet.
Okay.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
Coach, you had them down 31-0 until the 4th quarter. Was there just the physical toll from the first game, or
No, lack of discipline. Handling success. We haven't handled success yet. That's the next thing is how do you handle success? Yeah, I think we understand now what it takes to put ourselves in a position to win, but to be an elite team, you've got to be able to play for 4 quarters, not think about the next play. You've got to get in the habit of being present. That's the habit of a champion. So we're not there yet, and that's okay. We were outscored the second half 21-10. And if you're a team that's going to vie for a championship, you shut them out. You continue to score. And that's not acceptable. 10 penalties is not acceptable. That's not championship behavior. They made plays. I take my hat off to them. The other team made plays when they had to, but just costly mistakes, things that we should have got off the field on, a penalty here, personal foul there, targeting there. Those little things add up, and I harp on that, and I'm a stickler for that. I look for the smallest thing that could be a problem, whether it's wearing the wrong socks or something. That's the behavior I have to correct, and that's a culture thing. So, again, I'm proud of where we are, but we're not where we need to be, and that's a good thing in terms of our first game. And we have to grow. You grow, your biggest jump of growth is from week 1 to week 2. So we've got to attack next week. We've got to be smart tonight. So enjoy it, but understanding we got to get recovered and prepare for a physical battle against a really good football team that I'm excited to play against.
So for the first 3 quarters, you play like a championship team. What do you expect for the team this year overall?
Well, we're going to take it one step at a time, one game at a time, 1 week at a time. We got to heal up. We got to look at the tape. We got to learn from it. We got to grow from it. There were some things, schematically speaking, that we got to get on the same page with in terms of being an efficient run game. Our passing game was on fire in the first half, but I want to see more efficiency in our run game. It's probably some things they did defensively that kind of disrupted some things. So we'll figure that out. But the goal, like I said, is not September. We got to win September. We got to win October. But championships are won in November, and that's when we have to be our strongest. So we're 9 units strong in November. We're in the right place, and I don't know what our record will be, but we need to be a team that the teams fear.
You often talk about winning months, and you hit on this when you first started. How significant is it to finally win that season opener?
It's huge. I mean, we played Notre Dame last year.
I was there.
But honestly, when I look back at that game, that first quarter told me a lot about the type of team that we were, and we were tough, and they didn't blink or shudder at adversity or be intimidated by that. This boy played against 2 first-round picks in the NFL draft off of that offensive line. Jalen Bell, created havoc for that first quarter. And after the game, every offensive lineman came up to him and shook his hand. At the Combine this past year, I ran into a couple guys from Notre Dame, and they said, hey, we kept up with you guys after we played y'all. So that told me that, okay, we're doing the right things. We just have to continue to harp on our strengths, strengthen our weaknesses, eliminate distractions, Eliminate guys that are not going to be above the line. It's not going to buy into the culture, you know, because these guys have taken ownership of it, and they're having success because they're taking ownership of this team. You know, last year I didn't have captains. Well, this guy next to me is a captain. Draylen is. He was voted to be a captain, but didn't quite make the votes. You know, so that leadership is there. Now we just got to go and continue to grow, continue to build, and not be satisfied. Learn how to deal with success, because complacency will come to collect, and that's something that we can't buy into.
Now, Dean had 144 yards, but only a net of 80. So cutting down on penalties, where does that play?
Hey, we gotta do some things on Tuesday. I got that under control. Don't worry about it. We're gonna handle that. You know, and again, that's not who we are. We are disciplined. We didn't demonstrate that, and we just got to correct it the right way. And it will be addressed. Good? Yep. All right, thank you guys.
Appreciate it.